And I know that as I start working with her, she brings my attention to a home that she once lived in. Now, I am not sure at this point, I'm not ready to say whether or not this was the last house she lived in or this was a house that she lived in prior to the last house. But I do feel that this would have been a house that she did live in at one time in her life. So that's where I'm gonna start with her. And I'm becoming aware that it feels like it would have been close to like a crossroad. So close to a corner area is what it feels like. So I feel like there would have been a street in front of the house, but I feel that there would have been a street running on the side here as well. I'm not aware of any street signs, but I am aware that there would have been a stop sign for the house, for the road that was in front of her, not the road on the side. It's just what I'm becoming aware of. And I know that as I stand here in her front yard, I know that she's excited to take me into her home. I know that she would have enjoyed being in the home. I know that she would have spent a great deal of time inside her home as well. I also am aware that there would have been a little bit of a flower bed, nothing fancy, but I know that she would have tried to have some flowers in the front here. She makes me aware of daffodils, flowers that would that she would be able to grow, flowers that would grow from a bulb, if that makes sense. If they're not daffodils and flowers that would grow from bulbs. And I know that as I step to the front door, I know that I need to take a couple of steps up to get to the front door. It's not flat. Here I know I need to go up to get to the front door. I also am aware that there should be like a screen door or a glass door there, but it feels like it's missing. That's the feeling there. And I know that as I put my hand on that door, I automatically get this sense of this is a home that I know I would be welcome to come into. That's the feeling. And so as I open this door and I step inside, I know that underneath my feet, the floor feels hard. I know that. And I know that I step in, it almost feels like I've got an area to my right and an area to my left. It doesn't feel like I'm in a foyer or anything like that, though. But maybe like you know what a pony wall is, like a half wall, like a divider here. That's the feeling that I'm getting there. And I know that as I walk into the living room area, I feel that I feel it feels warm and it feels cozy. Um, and it feels like there are lots of memories that have been accumulated over the years that she still has in her home. Is there anyone so far that can understand this? Tammy, you understand? Good.
Everything.
Perfect. Um, And mm, and would you understand that there would be like two recliners in this living
Yes.
room? And it
Yes.
feels like there's something between the two.
Yep.
And would you also understand that there would be like a tea towels on the armrest?
On one of them, yeah.
It almost feels like a safety pinned it in.
Oh my God. Kay, you're in the house.
I know. I know.
Mhm.
I can see the tea towel and I can see the little the pen
Yes, and
and
they used to
tried.
always fall, and we would be pushing them back, and the safety pins, and yes,
Yeah, I can see that, and but that was just there to protect because it feels like if you lift the tea rag up, it feels like these chairs are much loved and worn, and so it's there for protection,
hmm
and also to just help keep the arms of the chair clean as well. Now, would I probably shouldn't even bring this up, but would you have a memory of somebody who had sat in one of those chairs? And I feel that this is due to illness, but would have had some accidents on that chair.
I don't know about accidents, but I can tell you that that's probably likely.
Yeah, it just feels like I feel it feels like at some point there would have had to have been, like the hospital pad placed on the chair because it was needed. That's the feeling that I'm getting.
She said yes.
Yeah, yeah. I know she's given me a yes as well. She's a great communicator, and this is your grandmother, is that correct?
You are correct.
Yeah. And we're changing, we're moving, we're on the run. We're moving.
Don't laugh, dude.
We're going in a new direction. But
Mhm.
and you would have well, we're still in the living room. Sorry, I thought we were
Yeah.
leaving, but you would have a memory. We're going back. We're going back. But you would have a memory of an old TV in this house. You know, the kind that sit in a cabinet.
Yep.
Yes. And would it have been made of she's she's telling me yes. But would it have been like blonde colored wood? Light colored?
Like, yeah, not dark wood. It was
Yeah, it
lighter
wasn't
wood.
dark. Yeah, not dark wood. Yeah, she's just showing me this cabinet. And for you guys, I'm seeing my granddad's TV. That's what I'm seeing. But I know she would have had a TV similar to it, if not just like it in a cabinet, not not a square um, TV, but more rounded corner kind of TV. No remote. You were the remote. You were the remote. But I know that I know that your grandmother. I thought she was going to take me in the kitchen, but I'm just becoming aware of a bed, and it feels like it's pretty high up, this bed, but super soft, and it um feels like a spindle bed. You know what a spindle bed is?
Are you talking about the ones that have like the poles on I mean
Yeah,
the
it has it
wood
has
knob type?
it has the poles, yes, but
Okay.
they're like this. The wood the wood is spin it it's spin.
Okay. The poles were the corners, the wood
Uh-huh.
knobs were like that.
Okay, the wood. Okay, it's because I'm feeling the poles, but I'm feeling this as well. Um, but and it just feels like this the bed. She's bringing my attention to the covers of of the bed, and it just feels like there would have been like either an Afghan or a quilt or something on this bed that she would have made. You would
An
understand.
Afghan.
An Afghan, okay. But it also feels as if there would be people in the family that would have Afghans that or as did she make quilts? Because I keep getting quilts too. That people in the family there at
She
her passing.
crocheted.
Okay, at her passing, that people in the family would have gotten
We
an
did.
app. Yeah.
We did.
Okay. Perfect.
And that bed was just
Mhm.
given to my brother.
Well, I knew there was a reason why she would. You're feeding me. Don't feed
I'm
me.
sorry.
I knew there was a reason, but it just when I feel into the bed, I just want to jump on it. It just feels like it's a super soft bed that you can sink yourself into, almost like a feather bed. But it just feels quite comfortable, and I know that there would be memories of laying on that bed. Um, but it was the
Yes.
blankets that she kept really wanting me to be aware of.
Yes.
Your grandmother has a lovely, lovely energy about her. I feel that she was a kind person. I feel that she would have helped anybody who was in need, um, no questions asked. I feel that her home was it was an open door. Anyone who needed a place to stay, anyone who needed a bite, she would be happy to give you whatever it was that you needed. A lovely, lovely soul. Lived a very, very kind life. And I'm gonna leave that there with you. Um, but you would understand the flower. She's taken, I'm going back to those flowers,
Yes.
and you would understand that her love for gardening and flowers is something that you have as well.
Yes. And they were bulbs. And she did have daffodils and she also did tulips.
Oh, oh, well, why didn't she show me tulips? That's my favorite flower.
She's making you work for it.
She's making me work. She's making my because, but I like daffodils too. And I saw the daffodils.
Yeah.
The tulips are my all-time favorite flower. Um, but I knew that there were bulbs. But what about lilies, daylilies, or um, irises, or something like that
I
as
think I
well?
remember her having some of those in the
Well,
backyard.
I was just gonna go to the back. Yeah, I was like, they're not in the front; they're in the back. Yeah, she was drawing me back to the back of the house. And there's a big tree in the back. There's a
Yes, there
big
was.
tree. Yeah. And I'm just gonna stop there because of time.
Yeah. Thank you, Kay. That was so sweet.
Yeah. So that's a journey. She took me,
Okay.
you know, I personally like to look at the outside. I like to get a feel. I really wanted a street. I couldn't see a sign, but I saw a stop sign. I couldn't see any kind of street names, but I really wanted that. I didn't see any numbers on the house. Not that there's not any. I just didn't I didn't become aware of
Can
any.
I can I
Yeah.
validate you why you wouldn't have?
Yeah. Is
Okay.
it country?
She No, she lives in the proper of St. Louis,
Okay.
and they actually had a small but two-story home, and the main street
I
was
saw
really
the stairs.
yeah, the main street was really the front, and it had stairs to go up, but then they never used that when when they converted it to their home because it was a grocery store back in the day on the bottom, and they lived up top. So when they
Oh,
converted it, which is most of her life, she lived in the house part was downstairs and she rented the upstairs out. The front door she always used was the other street, which was the side of the house that you saw, and it also had stairs and a screen door, exactly like you said.
but
And you went
was the screen door missing? I felt like it was
the one
missing.
on the front was. The one on the
Oh,
front
okay.
was. Yep.
Okay.
And when you walked in, it was like a half wall right there, like you described. You could go to the right, and it was this big like room they turned into like a den, but not
Mhm.
like a living room. They had games and a pool table, and they'd used it kind of as a catch-all room. And when you went to the left, you were in the kitchen, and then down the hall to the living room you were in.
Was there a pony wall?
Yes. Right when you walked in on the right.
I felt like it was right there
Right there.
on
Yep.
my right. That's
Yep.
exactly where I felt it.
Yep.
I was in that
You
house.
were. You totally were.